Well, hello guys, welcome to episode 2 of The Rock. I'm the Custard Prophet, great to have you back. If this is your first time, welcome along. So if you've missed the first episode of this, go back and watch it. I put it out about a week ago just to see if people were interested in it, and it got for my channel a reasonable amount of watches. So go back, make sure you watch that. There's a little bit of chatter about Gibraltar and kind of what we're going to do in the save and going through the team. It's well worth having a look at. But we are managing Hound Dogs FC, or FC Hound Dogs. Seems to be the wrong way around that. And they are playing in the second division of Gibraltan football. For those of you who've just joined us, yes, there are two divisions, amazingly. So we have taken charge of them, and we've looked through the team and found they are utterly atrocious in terms of the players that they've got. So we have a nice obscure reputation there. That hasn't changed. So since you were last with us, we have made a couple of additions to the coaching staff. So we've brought in who we brought in? We brought in a goalkeeping coach, because it's important. 4s and 5s, that's about the best you can get at this level. But we have also brought in a head scout, or a chief scout, who he's got 3s in judging player ability and all that sort of stuff. So that's good. But it's really important because we are an amateur team, and the scouting budget is minute, but we do need to find these players, so they need to look through all of the free transfers that is within the scouting budget, which makes it a bit tricky. Other things that have happened, so our under 23s, and this is something that gives me a little bit of hope, because we are predicted to do worse in the league, but our under 23s here have actually started, spoilers alert, have started okay. So this is the under-23s league here, and you can see here they have played 3 games in the league, and they've won 2 out of the 3, which is not bad. They've beaten Leo FC, beaten Europa Point, but drew away against College 75, but they beat them in the cup first round. So in the second round we're playing Europa Point. So actually, does this suggest that we may be better than everything's predicting? If you look at the senior fixtures, we've played a few friendlies. So we've played Gibraltar Phoenix, who are in the first division, top division, beat them. St Joseph's, who are in the top division, just lost to them. Mons Calpe, who are in the top division, beat them. And then this other team, Glasses United, who are also in the top division. So we played 4 teams in the top division, beaten 2, lost to 2. Surely that suggests that we are not as bad as the game kind of claims that we are. Right, so just to highlight that, so the season preview, and we saw this last time, so we are 40-1 in this to win this league, which is way below everyone else. I guess it's not the sort of 100,000 to 1 you sometimes see when you do kind of well in the leagues and stuff, and you sort of get promoted a bit too quickly, and you've got a tactic that really works, but it's still quite something to kind of come back. And I think there's only one promotion place that Boca Juniors won last time, amazingly. So transfers. So we've obviously had to make some transfers in. I've got more coming. So I'm a bit confused. The transfer deadline has ended, but I'm not entirely sure, because we're non-contract, if this affects us at all, or maybe we just can't register any non-contract players. But anyway, we're going to test that. We're bringing someone else in. I'm slightly confused actually. Anyway, we'll ignore that for now. So I thought he was on. I don't know. Right, but we'll cut. So out, annoyingly. So Simon Hogg, who was our best midfielder, he saw the lure of the where are Kidderminster, the National League North, and decided he was going to go there. So unfortunately, Simon Hogg has gone, and he had good first touch and good long shots, and decent attributes in most of the places you want. He's 36, but you'd think at 36 years old you'd probably not want to go to Kidderminster. You'd finish your footballing career off at in Gibraltar, you'd think, but no, he's not. So players in, these guys. Well, I'm not Technica. I'm not sure about, but I don't quite know what's happened with him. Anyway, we're going to start from this point. So after you left us, so these two were already in there, with the caveat of sitting around Technica, because I'm trying to sign him currently. So I don't quite understand how we've signed him, but he doesn't. But we haven't signed him. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Mark Cascarino is a central midfielder, and certainly as Hogg has left and we didn't have much else, I thought he looked quite a good, decent player. He's 34 years old, so his physicals are dropping like a stone. He's got the strength of one. I mean, he's 5'5" and 9 stone 6. I mean, what can you say about that? He can't jump or head the ball, but he's kind of like a little Dennis Wise character who has no strength at all. But he's got, surprisingly, with the terrible strength, he has got good tackling, good technique, and decent passing, and decent decision making and positioning. So I think we're going to try and play him. I was going to try and play. We're going to try and play him as a ball-winning midfielder or something like that. But we might play around with that role, because I'd quite like to use that passing, because we don't have passing like that elsewhere in the team. So that's Cascarino. Then we got we've gone international. We got a Moroccan 21-year-old goalkeeper to supplement our goalkeeping options, and actually he's very, very similar to our first choice goalkeeper. As you can see, what you can get is not brilliant. So he can't talk, he's got sort of fairly poor command of his area, can't throw the ball, but he's got decent reflexes and handling and aerial reach, so that's fairly good, and makes good decisions. So for a goalkeeper, he's certainly not too bad. So he's kind of rotating at the minute with the other guy whose name I've forgotten. Hill Munoz is he's billed as a 3.5 star player. I'm still quite seeing it. We are going to play him more centrally, but he's essentially someone to for that position in the centre, to kind of fill in the gaps, as it were. So yeah, he might do okay. It's hard to know. So this guy, who is seen as someone who's absolutely horrific by my scouts, but I saw him and I thought, well, actually he doesn't look too bad. He's got good heading, and we don't have a lot of that in the team. His marking is not bad, his tackling is pretty good, decision making pretty good, jumping reach pretty good. Doesn't have the pace maybe of some of the other players that we've got, but all in all, is he really just a grey star player? I don't think he is. I think he's not too bad. I think the technical attributes for everything else, so he's utterly useless in any sort of attacking sense, but you don't really need. I'm not going to play him as a ball playing defender. I just make sure we're not playing him. I might just have to change the tactic to make sure we don't do that, but he's not going to start, but he's certainly going to come on and take people out. Hugo Becerra, another defensive option, looks pretty good in my book. Decent marking, decent tackling, decent heading. He's not too far away from that other guy, really. Good leadership, which is nice, and but he's got some really nice attributes in his physicals. Apart from he can't stand up straight, but yeah, happy with that. This guy I am super happy with. He was kind of the replacement for the guy who left, Hogg, and so he's got decent first touch. His passing and tackling and technique aren't bad. Good decisions, decent physicals in general, and actually not too terrible mentals. He's not a bad player at all. So he's, I think, going to be fairly important for us. And then we got this lad who can play everywhere, Sanchez Lobarton, Spanish. He's really someone to give us some options. We don't have that many options to bring on in case of injury. So he's not brilliant, but he can do a job, I think. And physically, he's very, very strong, very quick. He's got a good first touch, and not much else. But I think he'll be okay. And Daniel Rogers, who is a right back. We needed a right back quite desperately, so that's what we've gone for. He can tackle, decent teamwork and work rate, and various other bits and pieces that aren't too bad. And as I said, we're trying to get in this lad, who I'm utterly confused, unless this is a different Technica. I think it's the same one. I don't understand. Did we release him? For some reason it's saying we got him and then he's not here. But anyway, we're trying to get him back in. Again, someone to as an option in an attacking sense. Good, he's fast and he can cross the ball, which is slightly more than the other bloke can do. So that's the team. We will get to know them as we go. Right, so we are up against Leo FC, who are... Where are they? They are predicted to come 5th. So let's see. Let's have a look. Let's get into it then. So the team we're going with is, and tactic we're going with, is essentially we're going to try out the Burton press and see how that works. The change in tactic being that we're having a player in this sort of number 10 role who is playing as a shadow striker. So we've got Death up front, of course, Lombard and Davies on either side. Nice to have a Davies on the right, Sammy Davies Jr. again for the Burton Albion. Gone for Burton Save fans. Muniel in that shadow striker role. Then we have Eve as a central midfielder and as a ball-winning midfielder. We'll review that role. Cascario, and then the back line, Danio, Sean Harrison, the governor, Beckera, Rogers, and we're going with Scheffler in goal. Let's have a look, see what comes of this game. So it's sort of based on a gegenpress, and it's essentially what we were using for the Burton save with a difference in formation. We'll see how that works, and we'll probably have to sort of fiddle with it a little bit to make this work properly. So let us get into it. We will shout, get creative. We'll probably just have to. Oh, there we go. That's what I want, I think. They've had a shot. What I just don't want us to do is be utterly overrun. That would be frustrating. Their team, if you look at their team, because we've had a couple of shots. So Bacana into Davis, Sammy Davis Jr., Muniel, Eve, lovely ball, raking ball there, but the man with no head, Davis, it's back out to Rogers. So it's not bad play. Eve, that's terrible control, but Muniel's got it into the shadow strike. It's Death, and Death has a shot, but nothing comes of it. So we've got another highlight, Daniel. Lombard, Cascarino, Eve into Muniel. It's not bad play. Death, lovely ball out to the right side. Sammy Davis Jr. clips it in. The ball's missed. It's Lombard absolutely mongs it at their goalkeeper, and well, not bad start really. I think we're on extended highlights. Right, key highlights. But that was pretty good. Let's get creative. Happy with that as a start. probably should have scored. Ooh, just Yavuz just over the top. I mean, yeah, depending on the roles, I'm not sure about. Maybe Shadow Striker's not quite right, but I feel that would, get him a bit closer to the forward. We might need that kind of support. We might need to be playing a little more long ball than the tactic allows, but it seemed to work well in the friendly, so this is why I'm keeping it as is. Not a lot of chances. 30 minutes in. Remember, last series, first episode was a 0-0 draw. Let's try and avoid that. That'd be a bit frustrating. I thought we were going to get a goal earlier on though. Not seeing much. We are having shots though, which is good, and we are the only ones with shots on target, which is pretty cool. We don't have an awful lot of options up top, which is a little bit of an issue. Get creative. We'll spam that one for a bit. They're inspired, although Cascarino's nervous. Right, okay, so first half not too bad at all. I will take that. I think there is more to come from these guys. I'm tempted just to have a little think about the tactic. I wonder whether we play Lombard as an inside forward. That seemed to work quite well, having a sort of winger and an inside forward who kind of runs in and you find him at the far post. So, they've got Dude in the team. They've got the Dude in the team. Oh, it's superb. We have to sign the Dude. These guys are all on free transfer anyway. So Cascarino, who's probably our best passer in the team, into Sammy Davis Jr., who has the pace of a slug, into Death. Oh, you'd think Death would be more clinical than that. Brilliant save. Who was their goalkeeper? That was a clear-cut chance. That was very good. Right, ball's all the way over the top. We haven't set free kicks. We probably are going to have to do that. We've got another chance here. Death with the free kick. He's doing everything. How did that stay out? What's happened? It's Leo FC free kick. Even the Dude came together. They got Weasel as well. This has got nothing to do with me, these names. Who is Weasel? He's a Gibraltar man called Weasel. What's his name? Is that his nickname? Do they do nicknames on this? No, it's just... Where do I find it? It's full... No. Okay. They are actually set as nicknames on here, which I think is quite fantastic. So the Dude and Weasel. Cascarino. It's a penalty. I haven't put anyone. I've not put anyone on, but it's Death with the penalty. So their goalkeeper has been outstanding so far. Can we get a first goal? First goal, and it's Death who scores it. Fantastic. I almost pressed calm down. We won't do that, but we'll praise them. Very well done, guys. Very well done. Well, they all seem fairly fit at the minute. I don't really want to change things when you don't need to. Chance-wise, we seem to have the better chances. Schiffler into Harrison. We are going to be playing to the defenders, which is probably not a good thing to do. Danio sounds like a yogurt drink. Lombard. Eve to Lombard. He chogs it over the front. It's Death. Oh, what a goal. Death is utterly fantastic. He should have had a hat-trick. Past Vasquez in goal. Lombard into Death. No, it wasn't. Was it Lombard? Yeah, it was. And he just chogs it over the top. Death takes it on his scythe and knocks it in the back of the net and does something very strange. I don't know what that was, that celebration. Right, well, we've probably got a little bit of opportunity to bring someone on here. Who do we bring on? Let's try our left back, who is actually a left back. He's not very good, but let's throw him on there. I guess the other one you might want to bring on is Munoz. But is it a chance to those guys? It's on the left side. So it's into Byrne, the new guy, Cascarino. Building from the back away. It's Lombard. Are we going to chuck it over the top? It's Eve. Christmas Eve. Bad pass. It's monorail into Cascarino. Christmas Eve. Back to Cascarino. Well, that is awful. But he's supposed to be the man who can pass. Byrne. This worries me, this does. Oh, he plays it back to the goalkeeper, who is going to do something else. Scheffler plays it into Harrison. Harrison over the top. That's what we like to see. Sean Death. Hat-trick. Wow. It's easy, this, isn't it? Oh, dear. Right, well, we'll make another substitution, I think. We're going to try Munoz in goal. Not in goal. Not as the ball-winning midfielder. Just as a central midfielder on support. Right. What's happening? Well, this would put us top of the league, wouldn't it? And Matty Myhill, who can finish. He's not great. So he can come on for Death for the last few minutes. Wow. Well, I don't think this could have gone any better at all. I think we have to look to sign the dude, though. Tell me what you think in the comments. It's another chance. It's 4-0. It's Gil Munoz or Hill Munoz. I don't know. 4-0. Wow. Who saw that one coming? I mean, we've played absolutely brilliant. A great little pass from Monorail. And wow, we are. This is a debut to dream of. Wow, don't expect this every day. Don't expect it like this. Those who've been watching my Gone for a Burton save know it's not like this all the time. But that was an utterly fantastic start. We were clinical in front of goal. It was great to see. So, as you remember, there is only one stadium in Gibraltar. So no one else will be playing at the same time because it would be impossible. So that has put us in not top, because Europa Point have already played 2 games, but we have gone third. So it looks like we have a top position there, and then probably a relegation playoff maybe down there. So there's not that many teams in the league, so it is entirely possible to get out of this league, I think. Classy Death on form for Hound Dogs. Brilliant. Oh dear. Our approach for Technica is, do we even need that? So, guys, let's have a little look at the schedule. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to play the game against Magpies and Europa Points behind closed doors, and then we'll come back for these 2 home games. I mean, how do you determine home and away when everyone has the same stadium? But we'll come back for these 2 home games against Olympique and College 75. After that, we'll probably come back maybe in December for the cup game. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? The lack of games, and that's it. That's almost nothing. We'll play the other cup as well, and we'll try and do well in the Division 2 League Cup quarter final. Hopefully, we won't lose Death in the meantime. But I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you have. Make sure you subscribe to try and pop this to the top of your subscription feed. Not that YouTube does that for small channels, but you can always hope. Hit the little bell as well. I think that makes things a little more obvious to be seen. And drop a comment down below. Tell me what are your predictions for our season. Are we going to finish bottom, or is it going to be a bit better than that? Yeah, that 4-0 win kind of suggests it might do, but I think that might just be a fluke. But until next time, well, it's just a day. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time. See ya. Bye.